What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Mark here with the Sports Lounge and Grand Slam Lounge. Of course, as you all know, we are here coming to you live right now with the guy Harrison. He is obviously one of our big Red Sox guys and a co-host here at the Grand Slam Lounge. And we just want to sit there and talk about MLB playoffs and what we're looking at right now today. But first and foremost, we want to get into our sponsors. Of course, we have Number One Sports Fan. They take care of everything that you need when it all your merchandise. They are located Tulare, Visalia, Hanford, and West Covina down in California. Then we also have Cali Built Graphics, who take care of all shirts, hats, decals, everything you need. And as we've shared on SLM, they are going to be bringing to you a web store that we are in the process of. We are looking at that should be finished up realistically within the next, hopefully, week and a half, 2 weeks. We also have Brian Martino at Brian Martino Construction. Hit up Brian and mention Sports Lounge Media, and he will give you $1,000 off of any project that is $10,000 and more. And last but not least, of course, here at Sports Lounge Media and the Grand Slam Lounge, we are powered by the Mogul brand and Diamond Collection. Go to poweredbytmb.com and put in the Sports Lounge Media, and you'll get 20% off your order. So first and foremost, we want to say thank you to each one of them for the partnership that we have. And but now let's get into it, Harrison. So how are you doing today, brother?
Not gonna lie, I didn't sleep well last night, but it was totally worth it either way. I mean, congratulations to the Boston Red Sox for clinching to the playoffs for the first time since 2021. I mean, we've been through a lot. We've been through our ups, we've been through a lot of downs this year, but I'm grateful that we made it this far, and hopefully we can make a push to the World Series this year.
Yeah, I heard they squeaked in, obviously on a walk off triple, if I'm correct. That sound
That is
about right.
correct. That is
So
correct.
yeah, obviously as both being a Tigers and a Braves fan, I mean, unfortunately, Atlanta is not going to be making that. It was actually 2021 when the Braves won the last World Series that they were at. Struggled with injuries this year, but of course the Tigers, they haven't been to anything since 2012, I think it was. I don't know. It's been a minute. I definitely know they haven't won a World Series since 1984. That is for sure. So Detroit needs to figure out how to get out of the slump because they managed to go into All-Star break with the best record in baseball, and here they've managed to choke the chicken completely is what they have done. And I'm just like, how do you go from the best record to literally that you're on the verge of might not even make the playoffs? They have struggled drastically. Um, Injuries have barred them. We've had a lot of issues, obviously, in Detroit when it comes to starting pitching and injuries. But it's like one game you'll see them produce, and the next game it's like they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a freaking boat. So, with that being said, this is what we got. We have officially Saturday and Sunday. We've only got 2 games left for this season. I personally actually am going to go to an irrelevant game tomorrow. I'm actually driving up to San Francisco, and I'll be catching the Rockies and the Giants. I haven't even looked to see who the starting pitchers are yet. I mean, that's how irrelevant this game is. I'm hoping that I'll have the chance to see possibly Chase Dollander. But like I said, I have not looked. It is going to be nice to watch. A couple Tennessee volunteer players. Obviously, as everyone knows, I am a huge volunteer fan. Like I said, I missed it by one game. A little ticked off because I could have had the chance to see Justin Verlander, even though he's, what is he, like 50,000 years old? I mean, when it comes to Major League Baseball years,
21 to
no,
be exact, but
yeah, I mean, but he's definitely up there in age. That is for sure. But no, so having the chance, so I'm actually looking it up right now on who I'm going
I'm
to.
actually got it right now on top of me. So it's going to be Kyle Freeland versus Justin Verlander.
So that's today. What do they have tomorrow?
For tomorrow, that I am not sure. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me look at the next day. I got you. It's
That's,
gonna be Logan Webb versus Brown.
so I don't know why Logan Webb is even pitching. I'm just like, dude, you have no chance to make the playoffs. If I was him, I'd be like, I'm just gonna take the day.
Somebody
And
get this man out of San Francisco.
yeah, so much potential. is what they have, and the problem is San Francisco. But yeah, to watch a young pitcher in McCade Brown, yeah, no, there's he's only played in 6 games. He has not, he's a call up. So, but obviously, when you play in Colorado, you're going to deal with a higher ERA. But uh, I mean, he has a 7.5 ERA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not good.
no, I personally am like, and they've actually rushed him up this year, just so everyone knows. So um, he's went from the Fresno Grizzlies, which is 45 minutes north of where I am located, to Spokane this year, from Spokane to Hartford, and then Hartford back up to Colorado. So he went from single A all the way up to the major league level. But that tells you right there, like what is going on, what has happened that this is, that he's had this. He So yeah, I'm probably going to end up seeing a blowout tomorrow. But it will be nice because I'm going to get to see Drew Gilbert play. Hopefully, he can sit there and
The hype man of the clubhouse.
exactly, that right there, that young man, watching him at Tennessee and what he did there. I mean, huge postseason heroics. Going in the College World Series. So I don't know. Anytime I can actually catch a baseball game, I'm always stoked. That's for sure. But nonetheless, let's get into obviously MLB playoffs and what we are looking at right now. So we've got some races that are absolutely very close. Like I'm talking about so close that you can sit there and lose a game and you're out. You know, when
Yeah.
it comes to so as of right now, this is what we got. So Toronto currently sitting at the 1 seed in the American League. So we'll go American League, then we'll go national. So Toronto's at the 1. We got Seattle sitting at 2. Cleveland, who again, because Detroit has, I don't even know what they've done. I think they
I don't know
forgot
what
baseball.
happened to you
Yeah,
guys.
but Cleveland's sitting at 3. The Yankees are at 4, which currently the Yankees and Toronto, that 1 and 4 spot, that can actually change. It can, all it takes is one loss and they can get dropped down, because they are currently tied with the same record. Toronto holds the tiebreaker. Now we also have Boston, who clinched their spot last night. They are locked in at the 5 seed. They have no place to go, so they're locked in. And then last but not least, of course, we've got the Detroit Tigers sitting at the 6th spot. Now, again, the same thing. We have Houston. The Astros only 1 game back. So if the Tigers lose two more games to Boston, Houston can make their way into the playoffs. You know, I mean, unless if Cleveland loses, so someone is going to get knocked out. They have to. Cleveland and Detroit, they have to win one because they can be on the verge of not making. As for the Yankees and Toronto's Blue Jays, they are locked in. They're either going to be the 1 or the 4. So that themselves is actually an interesting series, that we have playing on. So it's always nice to see baseball coming down to the last game. I don't know about y'all. I mean, usually we're used to seeing lately, these last few years, we've got people that are just like, hey, this is what we got. This is how it is. You know, all these teams are locked in. It's like people are usually fighting for that last spot, but not in this case. Not in this case. It's like, man, this is what makes playoff baseball, playoff baseball. Real quick, going to come to, we got Mike Borche, with, saying Grand Slam, let's go. And of course, he himself, Los Doyers, Los Doyers. So, Harrison, man, what do you think on the American League side? So we've got that set. What is your thoughts on who do you think is going to, being that you're an AL East guy, Toronto and New York, who do you think is going to get the number 1?
I say Toronto.
You think Toronto?
It can go either way. I mean, they're both teams are playing against two easiest teams right now. I mean, the Tampa Bay Rays and the Baltimore Orioles, which the Orioles are not that good. They struggle with injuries, and also that rotation has been awful. And also, and Toronto. But the Rays, I mean, they have somewhat potential to beat Toronto, but I haven't. I mean, this could be like either way. So I'm picking Toronto just because I'm me personally. I'm being a little bit biased here. I really want to see Toronto win that division over the Yankees personally.
Yeah, see, when that you got two young pitchers going in, I mean, so there's a bunch of no names. They're saving. So we already know this. The Yankees have already
Right.
basically said we are saving our starters. So they've made some call ups. Toronto, it looks like they haven't even announced their Sunday pitcher yet. So Toronto's like, hey, if we can beat them today, it's going to be on the Yankees. So with that being said, the Yankees have who do they have pitching? I got it right here. The Yankees have Schlitter. Yeah, I can't even say that name. So
Don't even.
yeah,
It's hard. It's hard to. He's
so
been really good. He's been a really good pitcher as of late. Even though
no,
he used to be a Red Sox fan, but now he's no
I
more.
don't know, man. I don't know, man. And you say people have asked me, it's like, hey, what happens if if you grew up at this fan and you all of a sudden, I was like, man, I don't know. That would be a tough choice. If you're being I think of I have great respect for what Jackie Robinson said back in the day when he was on the downside of his career. They said, hey, by the way, we're going to be trading you to the Giants. He said, I'll retire before I ever put on that uniform. I'm like, man, I got respect for that. Of course, the Red Sox, and they managed to do what they did in trading away, the great Bambino for a theater production. So I'm just like, I don't know. Loyalty is not there like it used to be. Everyone's like, who's going to pay me more? I'll go wherever. So I don't know about that one, but so you got Toronto taking the one spot. So that means you got the Yankees taking the four.
That's correct. I
Boston.
want the Yankees. I want the Yankees.
So with that being said, that means okay. Now here's the question: who do you got? Cleveland and Detroit.
The wave in Cleveland's just been
Because here's the thing, like I
unbelievable.
said,
The way the Cleveland's been going through a lot between Emmanuel Clase, the whole gambling situation. I forgot another guy. I think Ortiz has been dealing with gambling situation as well. I mean, you're talking about a closer and I think or a starting pitcher / reliever.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that's huge for Cleveland. I mean, that's a big loss. But Steven Kwan, the best dirt baseman in baseball, Jose Ramirez. I mean, you talk about Manzario. You could talk about Josh Naylor. You could talk about what's his name? The guy who used to went for the Rockies. Got traded to the Rockies to Cleveland. Forgot his name. Nolan Jones. That's his
Nolan
name.
Jones.
Nolan
Yep.
Jones. I mean, talk about a switch around to Cleveland, winning 10 straight.
Yeah,
And now you know what? And I'm sorry to say this here, Mark, but I got Cleveland in 3.
I'm going to say this. I'm to be honest, and this is what's horrible. I think Cleveland's going to end up taking the AL Central. I do think
Yeah.
Detroit is going to be able to split the next two, which that's all it's going to take for them to make it in. So as long as I mean, to me, I'm like, you were stoked last night. Hopefully, we'll be able to get. I'll be able to sit there and get to see the Tigers win tonight or today. Because if they win, then that means that they're going to be at least in. So the playoffs will be set for the American League. Now, with that being said, I agree with you because at the end of the day, if Cleveland splits the next two, they still take the spot. So it's Detroit's got to win two, Cleveland's got to lose one for them to move into that 3 spot. So with that being said, if it stays the way that it is, currently right now, we've got Toronto and Seattle both with the first round buys. Wild card consists of Cleveland, New York, Boston, Detroit. So that means you got Cleveland. This is what makes wild card playoff, so crazy, especially when you get your divisional opponents. And with the way this is, Cleveland can end up playing the wild card series against Detroit. And then on top of that, The Yankees will be sitting with, against Boston. So you're going to have two division rivals playing in the divisional round if it stays the way exactly it is right now.
That's correct.
I mean, and realistically, the only way that Cleveland and Detroit don't, that's pretty much locked in. The only way that they don't play each other in the division, again, is if Detroit completely screws it up and gets swept by Boston and don't make the playoffs. That is the only way that series is not going to happen. So with that being said, so now no bias. I'm I might be a Tigers fan. I'm a volunteer fan, but the one thing I keep biased out. Who do you think has a better chance with the Yankees in Boston? Because obviously, no, you're going to be going against the big three. And here's the crazy part: they've been doing this all without Garrett Cole.
That is correct.
I mean, you have a 92 win team as of right now without the ace. So, Yankee fans, I'm gonna say this: y'all got, when it comes to your guys starting pitching, y'all got a lot to look up to.
Yeah.
Because
Next
that's gonna
year.
be legit. So now, Yankees, Boston, realistically, no bias. Who do you got?
Boston in 3. I believe in Garrett Crochet. I believe in Lucas Giolito. I believe in Brian Bale. I believe in my pitching rotation. I believe in Trevor Story, who has a shot to win Comeback Player of the Year award. Jared Duran, he's been having an up and down season this year, but he is still making good qualities at bat. Masataka Yoshida, you seen that guy from last night,
Mm-hmm.
recovered from a big shoulder injury, and guess what? He came back struggling month after month, and then September hit. You saw him against Toronto. You saw him last night. Went 3
Mm-hmm.
for 3. Carlos Narvaez, probably not going to win Rookie of the Year, but he's been a great catcher for us for the past couple months, and he's been killing it for the past couple games. I mean, what should I say? I mean, we don't have our right fielder / left fielder Roman Anthony. He's been out. Marcelo Meyer, he's been out. Brandon Bernardino, our reliever, he's been out. I mean, Dustin May that we got from the trade deadline, he's out, and he's not even that good of a pitcher whatsoever. I mean, Carrot Top or Carrot Head, wherever you want to call this guy. Who else? Who
I'm
else am I
messing with you.
missing? I mean, I mean, Marcelo Myers. I mean, according to Alex Cora, uh, he said he could be back for the postseason because we really need a second baseman. Listen, I love Roby Gonzalez. Roby's been absolutely killing it against lefties and also righties. But I love
Mm-hmm.
you, Romy Gonzalez. But at the same time, Marcelo Myers needs to play some second baseman. But Alex Bregman, talk about a, a captain of the clubhouse, signed for a 3-year deal for $140 million with 2 or 3 opt-outs. But here's the thing. You gotta extend Bregman because he deserves how much money he wants. But if Craig Breslow does this, I am going to be really, really pissed off and disappointed.
Now,
Yeah,
real quick,
that's
you
pretty
know,
much it, man.
real quick on that though. So when it comes to Bregman, obviously Bregman moved over to short. Trevor Story's been playing a little bit of second. You got a young player, Marcel Mayer, who obviously he's been transferred to the 60-day DL, so or IL or whatever the heck they want to call it. Um,
Yeah.
but so he's done. Mayer realistically with the transfer that they had at the beginning of the month. I mean, unless if there's like a loophole that I'm not aware of. Um, they have a young team. I can see a lot of upside with Boston, but I'm picking the Yankees. You know, I'm going to take the Yankees is what I have. You know, Aaron Judge obviously going for MVP, and deservingly so. I do not care what anybody says. Do I like hearing people say the Yankees? No, I hate the Yankees, and that's just because it's honestly it's not even the Yankees itself. It's the fans, the obnoxiousness that they are. It's like we got 27 rings. I don't care how many rings you got. When was the last time you won one?
And that's what dinosaurs existed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when George Bush was president.
exactly. So with that being said, but
I was
I
not
do
even, I
have
was like what? I was like what? They won in 2009. I was
yep,
freaking 6 years old, dude. I was wearing
yeah,
diapers, man.
you know, so but with that being said, to me, looking at it, Ryan McMahon, big acquisitions they made at third base. Obviously Goldschmidt, who's on the downside of his career, but I mean, just what they have done. The big thing though, again, is Giancarlo Stanton is heating it up. Aaron Judge is obviously on the tear, and everyone keeps trying to say, "Oh, Cal Raleigh deserves MVP." Yeah, I don't care. I mean, is it impressive? Oh yeah, you've had a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
100%. I am not going to deny that. You have hit 62, 60. Well, I think he's at 60 right now, as a switch hitter. Most home runs ever as a switch hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, the dude, I mean, last night, you're known as a home run hitter playing against the Dodgers. 3-2, bottom of the ninth, you come up with 2 outs. Yeah, he hit a solid double. But you losing. You don't need a double. Everyone talks about your power. Hey, why you look at the first pitch fastball, that's exactly what he saw. I was watching that game. First pitch fastball, drove it right down the line. Next guy, they actually the Mariners end up with the bases loaded last night with 2 outs. With 2 outs. And they managed to freaking,
Yeah. Roki
Suarez, like,
Sasaki.
yeah, I'm like, but Suarez comes up, who was the big acquisition for the Mariners. He comes up, and I don't know what the heck he was swinging at. Like, I'm like, dude, you're looking at first pitch off speed, and it's in the dirt, and you're swinging at it. It's low and inside. Next pitch, low and inside. I mean, he was biting it every single time. So I don't see the Mariners going past realistically the divisional round. I don't think they have the offense that can do it. They do have 90 wins, which is very impressive, but I think
Yeah.
longevity wise, I think they've hit their ceiling as of right now. Um, so I have the Yankees. Obviously, you got Boston. Now, when it comes to Cleveland and Detroit, if it ends up that way, you said earlier you got Cleveland, or do you think Detroit can actually win it?
I got Cleveland 3.
So for me, you know, I'll say this. It depends on who is pitching. I can't, I mean, because Cleveland and Detroit, that when it comes to the tiebreaker, it's because there's 13 games scheduled against each other during the season. That's why they leave it that way. Baseball has been
Right.
smart. Make it this way. It's set up that way.
Right.
They had a 1 game advantage on the head-to-head battle.
Right.
But Detroit, though, they are struggling. So at the end of the day, I do have Cleveland. I don't. I think Detroit. I mean, to be honest, I would much rather. Um, I would much rather them just say not even make the playoffs, man. To be honest.
I mean, I
I
don't
mean,
blame you, but at the
yep.
same time, dude, it's just like I'd rather be grateful to make the. I don't listen. I I don't care if we're first round exit or not against the Yankees. I'm just grateful that we made the playoffs this year. It's been 4 years, but I know that. Listen, would just be grateful if your team makes the playoffs.
Not see. That's where I'm like, to me, being a sense like, look, I live in the life of Ricky Bobby. You the first or your last.
Right.
You know, and to me, you managed to have the best record in baseball. So you're going to be lucky if you barely make the playoffs. I'm like,
Right.
what did you guys do wrong? What went wrong? Because it's not like they had a lot. They just couldn't hit the ball. They struggled, and they've struggled recently. They are 1-9 in their last 10 games. When it comes to the run differential, they're still a plus 67. The Cleveland Indians are on the verge of making the playoffs, and they're at a -8 on the year.
And the Tigers in running scoring position. They're like 28th in running in scoring position. It's just been dreadful. I mean, I seen it
Yeah,
last night with the bases loaded, like not one, probably once or twice. I mean, yeah, you guys had one, but that but at the same time, there's no excuses. You guys, you got to get the guys home. It doesn't matter what
100%.
your average is, man. You got to get those guys home.
I don't care what you got to do. You got to figure out how to put the ball in play. So, with that being said, obviously, we both, I think we're in agreement. We got Cleveland. We do have a little bit of disagreement with the Yankees in Boston. But, with that being said, at the end of the day, American League, who do you think it realistically, who do you think is going to be ALCS championship bound out of those four teams? So, you're talking about Toronto, Seattle, Cleveland, and we'll go with your pick with Boston.
So Toronto and Boston. I mean, you can tell by my face. I want to pick. I'm picking Boston. I could just. Here's the thing. It's one of those. It's one of those stories that we can just make it happen. I mean, we did it with 21. I mean, we could do it again. Again, I'll say this once. I'll say it again. There's so many situations. Costa's done for the season. I mean, we've been battling through injuries. I mean, what the Rafael Devers trade. You know how many Giants fans just literally like talking so much smack about us and saying, "Yo, thank you so much for Rafi." You know how
Mhm.
much? A lot. There's a lot of San Francisco Giants fans saying that, and you know what? You can have Rafael Devers. We're gonna be in the playoffs, and you guys can be in Cancun. So
Yeah,
you know
it's the
what?
Giants. They're good at
They've been
screwing
the
up.
definition of mid for the past couple years.
Hmm.
But I'm picking. I think it's going to be a really great series. But I'm going to say Boston in five.
Okay, so you got Boston, and what about Seattle, Cleveland?
Seattle, Cleveland. I can
That's a
see
tough
that
one.
one, dog. It's a tough one too because I love their rotation. Seattle's rotation. I think Brian Wu's on the IL, which that's a big question mark because I know he got hurt against the Astros. I don't know if he did something with his shoulder. I don't know if it's his arm. I know it's something with that, but I'm just looking at his postseason picture as of right now on my monitor. Mariners in six.
You got Mariners in six. Okay, I have
Seven.
Cleveland. I've got Cleveland.
I can see that too, but I won't be surprised if Cleveland wins, man.
Yeah, no, I've got Cleveland, and I have and as for the other game, I think Toronto. I think we're going to see Toronto and Cleveland, and I mean
Hmm.
that's what I think. Like I said, we all have our difference of opinions, and that's all right. That's a great thing. We allow people to actually think for themselves. We don't try and control you. We want to make sure that this is what it is because we
But
look
I
at
know,
things
but
with
you're
all
killing me.
injuries.
You're killing me.
Hey, the thing is, like I said, is we always want to make sure everyone understands. Like, look,
No,
we're
I
looking at
respect your opinion.
injuries.
I
Yeah,
respect your
we're
opinion.
looking at injuries. We're
It's
looking
okay.
at pitching matchups. I mean, I respect your opinion. I can't help it that it's wrong, but but I will leave it at
It's
that.
mainly wrong, but sometimes you're wrong too. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Trust me. I mean, I definitely know that. But hey, let's go to the National League real quick. So,
Ooh,
Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Dodgers, Cubs, Padres, and as it sits, it looks like that massive contract that they gave to Juan Soto is not going to get the New York Mets into the playoffs once again
as of
because
right now,
you know that the National League is pretty much it's locked in. There's no changes. The only change is that final wild card spot in the National League, which is between the Reds and the Mets.
that is correct.
And just so people realize, Arizona can even squeak in, and they're 2 games back. They have not been completely
Uh
eliminated yet. You know,
I
so
mean,
I mean, if Arizona should they be there? No.
that's like pulling a
That
rabbit out of the
you're
hat, man.
you're having to have the stars align and miracles to happen, you know, because as for the Mets are taking on the Marlins, which they like to be spoilers. And as for the Reds, yeah, Cincinnati, uh, good luck because I don't think you're gonna make nothing.
The Reds
You
play
know, you
Pittsburgh.
no Reds are playing the Brewers, the best team in baseball.
Oh,
You got to finish your year against the best team in baseball. The only thing that you can hope for is that Milwaukee says, and here's the problem: Milwaukee hasn't locked up best record because Philadelphia is only one game back. So Philadelphia is playing for home
Okay.
field along with Milwaukee. So there still is a
Okay.
race going on. So they
Okay.
can't be like, hey, I can let off the gas pedal a little bit. No, you can't. Because you're playing for best record in baseball. You're playing for home field advantage throughout everything. So with that being said,
Right.
you have to sit there and throw your stars out there. You're going to get a chance to rest. So Milwaukee has that the entire division series to rest. But they've got Gasser going actually today. Is who they have pitching, which he is actually a late call up. And then as for tomorrow, the Brewers are looking at they're going to be pitching Freddie Peralta, who is vying for a Cy Young. 17-6 on the year, 201 strikeouts, a 268 ERA. It's between Peralta and Paul Skeens, which that's going to be a show that's coming to you here in a little bit later on. Because when it comes to Cy Young, can we see a Cy Young pitcher who has a losing record, but an ERA? He is the first pitcher to qualify with a sub-2 ERA since
Hmm.
Pedro Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Paul Skeens, man, they need to figure some. He needs to request a trade because he is not going to win anything. I'm just saying,
My early
we will
early
welcome.
predictions here. If
We
Paul Skeens gets traded, I can see the Dodgers.
the Dodgers will do everything they can. They're going to sit there and they'll throw all that
But at the
deferred
same time,
money.
would you be surprised?
No, because all they do is
Exactly.
they've figured out the loophole. I can't stand the loophole, but I can respect the gray area that they've found with let me defer $1 billion worth of contracts to the future. So the Dodgers are in that I'm going to win as much as we can. They're basically trying to be the Yankees of the '70s, or even the late '90s, early 2000s. I mean, they're throwing everything they can, but they're just found the loophole. And hey, if it's there, use it. Do I like it? Heck no. I think it ruins baseball. But with that being said, I do think that can happen. But so as we look at it though, so let's say Philadelphia or let's say Milwaukee does finish with the best record. So that means that Cincinnati is going to end up getting knocked out, and the Mets squeak in.
Right.
So Cincinnati has to win today. They have to. It is
That's
a
correct.
must-win game
That's correct.
because they have a 0 chance to win against Freddie Peralta. Um, Now, with that being said, so Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Dodgers, Cubs, Padres, and let's say the Reds do squeak in. So you got the Dodgers against the Reds, and you'd have the Cubs and the Padres. Man, Dodgers are beating the tar out of the Reds. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
Dodgers in two.
Dodgers. I don't care if the Dodgers playing the Cubs or the Reds or the Mets. Dodgers are winning that series. That
Yeah.
hands down. As for Cubs and Padres, that right there actually can be a good one because you got two teams that they're battling out. But I'm taking the Cubs. So that's who I got. I got the Cubs taking the Padres. I mean, PCA 30-30 first guy since Sammy Sosa for the Cubs. With what they're doing offensively, I mean, when you look at they are a plus 138 in run differential. The key and here's the key: the Cubs get to play at home, which the
I
Cubs are
know that's the tough one, but here's the thing.
17 games over 500 at home, but they are barely 3 over on the road. So they struggle on the most. They have to play at Wrigley. But the other catch, here's the kicker. They are 3 games under 500 against teams that are above 500 on the year.
Who is it again? Sorry,
The
the
Cubs and the
Cubs.
Padres.
Ooh. for
So,
both of them.
I mean,
Give me,
both
give me,
teams are
give me
horrible.
10. Give me 10
Both teams
seconds.
are horrible on the road. Both teams are horrible against teams above 500.
God, you gotta
You
flip a
know,
coin if I have to. God bless.
I mean, Padres are 50, and I mean that's what's amazing for me. The San Diego Padres are 21 games over 500 at home, but they are 5 games below on the road.
And what is for the Cubs for how many? How
They're
many games?
they're 7 over, or sorry, they're 17 over at home. So they're plus 17 at home, and they're only plus 3 on the road. So for me, I've got Chicago because, like I said, I mean, even if they have to go into San Diego, I mean, realistically, I'm going to say it's going to go the full length in the divisional series. So, but I do have the Cubs. That's who I have. That's a tough one, huh?
I'm going San Diego.
All right, all right.
I just think that bullpen is really good. I mean, I love their rotation, even though they've been a little bit of scruffles of Yu Darvish. But shout out to Nick Pavetta's been having one of his best seasons of his career with San Diego right now, even though he's been really inconsistent in Boston. Because I've
Mm-hmm.
seen this guy before. I mean, I've seen this guy. I love that guy. I mean, I wish we have him back, but unfortunately, we don't have him back. I mean, Jackson Merrill. I mean, they did so much in that trade deadline. They were cooking some steaks out there,
Mm-hmm.
But like Ryan O'Hearn, I mean, the catcher that used to play for the Royals. I forgot his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Who else am I missing? I mean, there's Bogarts, even though he's been hurt, but like he's been above average at least. Even though hasn't not having some good seasons in San Diego for the past 2 or 3 years. But but this is probably by far one of his best seasons of his career in San Diego as of right now. But uh, man, but but I'm going with San Diego in 3. I love Mason Miller, man. I love that dude. He is a definition of a dog. I mean, he knows. I feel like I thought he was supposed to be beginning of the draft before he got drafted. I thought he was supposed to be a starting pitcher. No, he's a reliever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it depends on who has the better bullpen. I like San Diego's bullpen more than Chicago's,
Yeah. See, for
but
me, I like I said, I got Chicago. You know, of course, Bogarts did just come off the DL 4 days ago, so he's trying to get his legs back under him. You know, Jose Iglesias has filled in nicely, you know, playing for him because you got Cronenworth playing second. So they're going back to the regular infield, which consists of Arias over at
also Fernando
first.
Tatis, for an example. Fernando Tatis
Yeah.
just been killing it. I mean, but yeah, go ahead.
You know, he's put up the some numbers. He's had a good, realistically, probably last month he's been pretty decent, improved because he struggled at the beginning of the year. So he's heating up. But the big issue that they had is, when it comes to the outfielders, Ramon Laureano just broke his finger. So he is actually looking to be out. So he's not going to be playing. So that's leaving you with four
He's the
outfielders.
outfielder,
That's it.
right, from
Yeah.
Baltimore, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
He was
cool.
with Baltimore. He's with Atlanta. He's with the A's. He's with
Oh
freaking
wow, he's with a
everybody.
lot of teams.
Yeah. He's played for quite a few teams. He's a constant traveler. He's usually a backup player once he's aged. But yeah, so with Jackson Merrill, Fernando Tatis, I mean, so the Padres are getting their regular everyday opening day lineup back. But with that being said, I have Chicago. That's who I've got. Chicago. Now as for Milwaukee, Philadelphia. So that means we'd be looking at Milwaukee, and let's say we have let's go with my pick. So we went with your pick on Boston. We're going to go with mine on this one. So let's say we got Milwaukee,
Go
Chicago
for it.
playing in the championship or in the divisional round. That's going to be tough. You got someone that you know very well. Again, a division rival in the divisional round.
That's crazy. That's gonna be nuts.
So exactly. Now, I I'm still gonna go like realistically because now here's the crazy part. When it comes to run differential, the Brewers are plus 173. Like that offense has managed to produce. But I'll tell you what, the Chicago Cubs are at plus 138. So that offense knows how to produce as well. So you're going to be relying on your starting pitching. You got to get 6 innings from those guys, and I think Milwaukee has better starters. I agree on the bullpen, but I'm going to say Milwaukee has the better starters. So I've got Milwaukee making it to the NLCS. And as for the Phillies and the Doyers, for Trojan's Los Doyers, um,
What do you?
I'm going to say this. I don't care how much you have in deferred contracts.
Uh-oh.
You know, I don't care what you got. I've got Philadelphia. That's who I've got. So I've got Philly and Milwaukee in the NLCS.
Okay.
So what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You got so let's go with yours. You got Milwaukee. I mean, no matter what, Milwaukee and Chicago or Milwaukee and San Diego. I think Milwaukee can be will be either one. I think Chicago is going to be the tougher game. That'll be the tougher series.
Um,
I don't think the yeah. I just so
I might go nuts here. I mean, you can call me crazy.
that's easy to do.
I'm pi- yeah, I mean it is. But I'm going San Diego over Milwaukee.
Yeah,
I don't. Here's the thing. I'm looking at history right now, personally. I mean, if you look at Milwaukee for the past couple of years, I mean, they never made the NLCS in quite a while,
yeah.
and we seen San Diego done that before, made it to the NLCS but come up short. I think it was like a 23. I think. Uh, but in Dodgers and Phillies, do I believe? But here's the thing. Did you know in 2021, Dancing on My Own by Callum
Mm-hmm.
Scott, right?
Right.
Did you know that's our song, but the Phillies took that away from us?
It's easy to do.
Well, here's the thing. That kind of this is why I don't like the Philly fans because of that. I'm going with the Dodgers. I'm going to say Dodgers in 7.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say Dodgers in 7, and you know what? Give me the Padres over the Dodgers, and the Padres are going to the World Series. Boom. Mic drop.
Padres. Yeah. I don't know about that one. That's almost like me predicting the Raiders winning the division in the NFL, which I do have that, and I'm standing by it.
You know what? You could call me crazy. You could call me crazy, but here's the thing. I can switch it up here and there, maybe. We'll see. I
No,
don't know.
hey,
I
like I
might
said,
switch it
I
up, maybe.
respect that. I respect that. You're looking at the whole thing, and you are correct. When it comes to the Brewers have only made the championship series 2 times their entire, you know, Milwaukee existence. They have done it once in the American League in 1982, and they did it once again actually in 2018. So they have a history of not doing anything. They have only made the World Series one time, which was 1982. So, with that being said, I mean, when it comes to the World Series, I've got the Phillies. I've got the Philadelphia Phillies making it to the World Series. I think the offense can do more damage as long as they control the strikeouts. So that's what I've got. So
I could see that. I could see the. Here's the thing. I could switch my predictions when I make a video or something. But like, man, you make a good point though. But I can switch it. But at the same time,
I mean,
I could,
I mean, to me, yeah,
but I
to me, like I
don't.
said, I got Philadelphia.
We
I
got
don't
both.
think you'd made a comment. The Padres, I don't think they have. I don't think they're there quite yet. Offensively, I think they're decent. I think their biggest issue is their starting pitching. So, with that being said,
Yeah, that is true, but we don't trust. I don't trust you, Darvish whatsoever. But I like the rest. I like Nick. I like Nick Pivetta in the playoffs. Nick Pivetta in the playoffs was something
yeah,
else, something different. So my personal opinion.
so I
But
don't know. It's going to be interesting. We got a lot to look forward to, obviously, today and tomorrow. Um, but so with that being said, so you got the Padres going to the World Series as of right now is what you're looking at against who?
I'm not. I want to do it. I want to say Boston,
Boston.
but I can't do it. I can't.
I
I
won't.
can't. I in my heart say Boston, but in my head, you know what? It's gonna. I kind of. I said so. Boston. I say
I
Boston
mean,
and
yeah. So you
Seattle.
said Boston,
So
Seattle.
in the ALCS,
I mean,
I say Boston, Seattle.
you got.
Rotations 50-50.
See, I mean, yeah.
Rotations 50-50. Who's going to hit better? Who is going to hit? You got the best catcher right now versus the big underdog.
Is he the best catcher?
We got. I mean, we can go position. Here's the thing: we can go position, band for band. Like whoa,
Like
what is
realistically,
it?
though,
Like
is he the
I
best
mean,
catcher? I mean, he's the best right now. He's the best power hitting catcher, but is he the best catcher?
he's the best catcher right now. I mean, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
he
number
might be
one.
number.
I'm not talking about of all time. I'm not talking all time. I'm not talking
No,
all
no.
time.
My thing is like, is he the best catcher? When you look at, yeah, he's got 60 home runs. Impressive, very impressive. He's got 125 RBIs. Okay, he's got 14 stolen bases
Yeah.
this year. That's because the stolen bases just lost its oomph. It really has.
I'm.
With that being said,
Here's the
with
thing.
that being
All
said,
right.
he is hitting
All right.
248. That means that he is averaging 1 for 4.
Okay, Pete Alonso hit like
I,
240 something,
and I think it's horrible. People have,
and guess what? And then he was still hitting.
to me, like I said, we got a show coming about this. We're going to be talking about MVP and Cy Young. You got a guy who has 60 home runs, 125 RBIs with 15 stolen bases, and Cal Raleigh, and everyone says, "Oh, he's the best player right now." No, he's not the best player. You know,
Okay, so back to my prediction.
but so you're still saying so Seattle, Boston.
I'm just holding my cross right now. My heart say Boston. My heart says it. If you talk about a healthy Boston
But they're
team,
not healthy.
let's just
But
say
they're not
healthy
healthy.
Boston team. Okay. Well, I'm saying if a healthy Boston team. I'm saying if there's an if. Okay. With Roman Anthony, Marcelo Myers, Bregman, Story, even Nathaniel Lowe. I mean, Duran, Massa.
Yeah,
I
Boston can do a
mean,
lot. I mean,
Sadon.
but let's look at it.
Hold
Let's
up,
look
hold
at it
up,
though
hold up,
right
hold
now.
up, please. As of right now, if you're looking at this team right now, I'm picking Seattle. But here's the thing. Don't be surprised with a healthy Red Sox team with Roman Anthony back and also Marcelo Myers. Don't be surprised the Red Sox win this game in 6. I'm picking Seattle in 6. But don't be surprised the Red Sox win in 6. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't even have Boston. I don't. I think the problem is that the injuries bugs has hit them. Um, as for me,
And we still fight, and we fight to the
yeah,
bitter end.
but still, um, I will say this. Still, when it comes to I've got Philadelphia making the World Series for the National League. Um, as for the American League, looking at it, I, realistically, I'm gonna say probably Toronto. I think when it comes to I think that Toronto does beat the Yankees. I think Seattle does beat Cleveland, and just like I said, so you're talking about Toronto and Seattle. If it's a Toronto Seattle matchup, it's Toronto. If it's
When was the last time Toronto made the
I'm not
ALCS?
worried
It's been
about
a while.
history. I'm worried about what they're doing right now. Because if I go off of history, I mean, I can go back to the 90s.
They're still struggling. That bullpen is not that
I know
good,
they're not
Mark.
that good, but they're figuring out. That's the key. They are figuring out.
I like their rotation. Here's the thing, Mark. I like their rotation.
That's all you as long as
Their
you're getting
rotation is
7.
nice.
That's their key. As long as you're getting 7, you're good to go. Now, if they're getting, I mean, Shane Bieber had been added, Gaussman, um, you know,
Jose Barrios. I mean, you talk
even
about
a
who else am I missing? Chris Bassett might be coming back
yeah.
from
I
the
mean,
IL.
and here's the crazy thing is Max Scherzer has had a down year. Obviously, now that he's 40,
Max Scherzer's done,
you know,
dude.
but he can be a guy. You have to think of it this way. If he's, let's say, if he's your number 3, or because I guarantee you, he's not going to come out of the bullpen. But you imagine you could run a bullpen game with Max as your starter and get 3 or 4 solid innings out of him. You know, you can sit, you can sit there
Yeah,
and run
it's
a
true.
bullpen with him. You don't need to get a lot from him. So that's
Right.
why
I
for
mean,
me,
he went what last inning? He went
yep,
like what 5 innings, I think, if I'm not mistaken, against the Sox. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I think he's just a 5 inning. I think here's the thing. I think I know you're not gonna put him in the bullpen, but like, I feel like he could be a 5 inning type of dude in the bullpen. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if
yeah,
he's starting. So
so I mean, because Bassett's going to be coming off of injuries for playoffs. We already know that. Um, Hopefully, Jose Barrios can make if Jose Barrios can make that return to the playoffs, then yeah, I've got Toronto. But at the end of the day, I've got Philadelphia Phillies winning the World Series this year. That's who I got.
So I got Seattle and San Diego battling for their first World Series title. This is
That
such
ain't
an
gonna
oh my
happen.
god. I'm probably regretting my picks. I'm probably regretting my picks though. But no coulda, shoulda, wouldas. But like I might switch it. I might switch it up.
Yeah, no, I'm stuck. At the end of the day, I've got the Phillies. No, like
But do you want to see
I
something
don't care
new?
about seeing something new. I want to see the best team win the World Series.
Did you really want to see a Yankees Dodgers last year?
I will never want to see the Yankees and Dodgers. I can't stand either one. But with
Exactly.
that
So
being
that's my
said,
point. Like, would you ever
but
want
but
to
with that
see?
being said, those two teams deserve to be there because they were the best teams in baseball. It wasn't about them being the best team at that moment. It's about being the best
Yeah,
team
that's
in
true.
baseball, and they deserved to be there last year. I mean,
Okay,
I will say this: when it
back to
comes
my
to that last
prediction.
year, am I glad? Hey, and I have a hard time. I'm not a big. When it comes to the Dodgers and Yankees, man, I'm like, can we get a draw? Like, I don't want to hear. But at least I can say
Yeah,
this.
that's
At least I
like
didn't have to hear them constantly say, "Hey, we got number 28." Yeah, the Dodgers, they were the best.
I don't want to see that this year. I
Yeah,
really do not want to see that this year. I would
yeah.
literally
To
would
me,
hide.
the
So,
Dodgers, they were the best team last year. To win their first World Series since 1988 because 2020 does not count in any sport.
but Dodger fans, that
Uh,
still counts.
that's like Lakers fans sitting there saying, "Well, we won the in-season tournament, and let's hang the banner." The great Black Mamba flat out said, "We don't hang, conference championships. Only thing that should get hung in those
That's like you know
records
what
is
that's like
is
saying. That's
the
like saying that
championships."
that's like basically like the Hornets like winning like the summer league
Exactly.
last year, this year,
Yeah,
and
I
yes,
mean,
you know what? I'll be happy about it because
you
yeah, let's
know,
go.
but that's what. That's what it comes down to. Let's celebrate second place is all they've done. You don't hang banners.
Yeah, first is the worst and second is the best, man.
Only time you hang up something is whenever you win a championship, and that means you won the World Series, you won the Stanley Cup, you win the Super Bowl. There is no, well, we made it. I don't care. You made it. You weren't the best team.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
back to my predictions. So I got the Seattle Mariners versus the San
Yep.
Diego Padres. Seattle has the better
Yep.
rotation. San Diego has better hitting.
Mm,
Who has the better bullpen is 50-50. I think you can go either way, personally.
Okay. I think if that happens, that's an even matchup.
See, that's the thing. That's why
Where you'd
I
have to
feel
look
like
at.
it's
That's where
really
you'd have to
close.
look at. Okay, it is at who's in seven.
We can go position by position right now, dude.
No, no,
we're not going to.
So who do you think though? Seattle. You like I said, you got Seattle and San Diego. Who do you pick? Who wins the first World? Who wins the World Series?
I'm an AL guy. Here's the thing. It's a lot of Red Sox in San Diego over there. A lot of former Red Sox players. Pavetta and Bogarts. I mean, Jose Iglesias. But I want to see history with Cal Raleigh. So you know what? Give me the Seattle Mariners in 7.
So there it is. So with that being said, I mean that's some crazy.
Your face is
that's
just
some
like
crazy
this
talk
is
right
you
there.
are
That's some crazy talk. But I respect
dude, I know,
it.
man. Listen, I'm
I
biased.
respect it. I'm not, I don't try to show anybody.
Listen, you want to risk it for the biscuit, or do you want to like go somewhere else?
That's the thing that I'll say. When it comes down to it, hey, you got to sit there and go big because there's always going to be some underdogs.
Go big or go home. Well, you know what? Cal Raleigh ain't going home because you know why? Because if Cal Raleigh wins the MVP and the World Series, that is history right there. I'm going to keep it real.
It is. I mean, but again,
it's not going to happen, but it's still going to be Aaron Fudge, or should I say Aaron Judge?
It's going to be Aaron Judge, deservingly though. Like, let's be honest,
just non-deserving.
I mean, when you have to look at the numbers, what is? We're going to go into that real quick. We're going to talk about this, briefly. When it comes into, and I'm going to say this, when it comes to MVP, you have to look at who is the most valuable player. And when you look at what Aaron Judge has done for the Yankees, and when you look at what Cal Raleigh has done for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh only leads 35% of the stats for the Mariners on the team. So every statistical category, he only leads 35% of them. Aaron Judge leads 93% of all offensive stats for the New York Yankees. To me, that's the MVP. You take Aaron Judge off that team, it's irrelevant. You're not making playoffs. That 100%. So that's where you have to look at MVP talk, and that's where we are going to sit there and come. We are going to have a show talking about that for the MVP as well as the Cy Young. But with that being said, we just want to thank everyone that has hopped on the live. We want to thank everyone, our partners that we have, with each one of our sponsors. And again, just watch out. MVP talk is going to be coming up along with the Cy Young, here at the Grand Slam Lounge, powered by Sports Lounge Media. And again, we want to say thank you to you all. And we hope you all have a blessed day and be safe.